Red Sox decision maker was texting around saying that they got their alpha dog. I don't know if you saw that or not.
No, I didn't see, but I could see what they're saying because you get a guy, when I was in New England and we went to the first Super Bowl, a lot of those guys that have been there before, you can kind of view them as alphas, you know what I mean? Because they've been there before, they know what to do, they understand how to control, the locker room, the clubhouse in this situation. And so when you bring a guy on like that, I think that's just the initial reaction people are going to have because of the experience that he has, because of the success that he's seen throughout his career.
This is the argument from those who are still angry at the Red Sox. 774 text on the Subaru of New England text line. Bregman basically replaces the output from Tyler O'Neill. It's nice to see them spend money, but this move doesn't make them better.
Okay, what has been the Achilles heel outside of the fact that they're not as top-heavy talent-wise as in years past? I'll tell you. It's that they don't have any depth. That Trevor Story goes down and they're cooked. And I look at this move, if I am a Red Sox fan, and I say two things. One, thank God we're spending $40 million for a player and John Henry isn't pocketing it. And two, the person we all believe is the smartest, best baseball mind in the organization has been empowered to do his job, and that's Alex Cora.
And got the guy he wanted.
Right. He got exactly what he wanted. He got a seat at the table. And now, for the first time in 5 years, the players have no one to point to. It's all on them. The front office and ownership did their job.
617 text. There are a lot of people who are just always miserable. 617 text. Wow, you got him for one season. Congratulations.
All right. I'll take it. Because maybe they might have a bigger plan.
Listen, do you think he's short of having some, extraordinary record-setting season? He's not opting out. He's being paid $40 million a year for 3 years.
Right.
He's not going to opt out.
Right. And who's to say, even if it's a great move by the Red Sox, because who's to say if he does have a good year and he goes, oh, I want a new deal and I want more money, they might just turn their attention to Vlad Guerrero Jr. because that was kind of the whispers out there. And the money that they would save from moving on from Bregman, they could now give to that. And I think fans would be even happier if they were able to get a guy like Vlad Guerrero. Yeah. But who's to say they don't go after Vlad knowing that they can also have Bregman?
It's also not. It's not just about output. It's about defense. Like he makes them a better team defensively. So
if Bregman leaves after 1 year, if he's one and done, he will have had a career year and likely helped you deep into the playoffs. That's who wouldn't want that?
And to your defensive point, Greg, that's why I kind of agree with Jones a little bit. If he is your best third baseman, then you put him there to make your defense better, and you DH Devers.
Well, you can also do that down the road. If you want to DH Devers, you can do that not this season,
right,
but next season,
right?
Because you have Christian Campbell coming up, prospect-wise,
right,
and he's going to want to play second base. And yes.
And do you? No, that was me. Do you want to upset Raffy Devers though? If he does not want to move, I don't think you do. I don't think you want to ruffle anything because he said before that he does not want to move.
All you got to do is, all you got to do, parade into the office. Hey, Raffy, I want you to meet David Ortiz. David Ortiz is arguably one of the beloved Red Sox players of all time. He was a DH. Look at his career. If you're Raffy Devers,
also played first base occasionally and did pretty well over there.
Yeah, not real, but
at the warm corner.
But we think of him as a DH, and so if you're Devers, you're gonna be making $30 million for the next how many years? And why not? If you can go to DH and save some of your body from the wear and tear of player in the field, I don't think he would mind that.
I really think that the goal here is to build the most talented, deep team possible. They did that with Bregman. Of course there's a chance he stinks. There's a chance anybody stinks. But why? I would much prefer to see them err on this side of it, where they're investing in a guy that you can believe in, that their manager demanded they sign, as opposed to letting him go to the Tigers and say we tried.
802 text from Vermont. Hello, Vermont. Bregman can't hit lefties, so it wasn't the right-handed bat that they needed. That's the attitude of some people. It's nuts. You can't win if you're the Red Sox. You were asking, you were demanding, you were yelling, you were saying, please spend some money, and they did.
Yep.
They were willing to. And again, I get it with John Henry, and there's been a lot of frustration, and it's warranted. But they were willing to give Alex Bregman $10 million a year over what any other team that was in the mix was offering. So good on them.
Weren't we saying pay anybody? Wasn't that
give them the credit for it.
Yeah.
Right. And I think I think those fans that do have something to say, I'm willing to bet you that they're in the minority. I bet
John, pay Raffy, pay anybody.
Are you looking at the text?
No,
messages?
I know the text machine's behind me, but I guarantee if you put a poll out, I bet 80% of the people are happy about the Bregman move.
But Greg's right. You look through this. Why do you people suck up to Cora? He's the biggest cheater in life. 774 texter. Like, everybody's going to go down that road. People just want to be miserable. Yeah. If they didn't do anything, they'd be coming at John Henry. Now that John Henry did something, they're going to say, well, it's not good enough.
Yeah, I just think it means that the organization is back at the big kids table when it comes to truly competing for a championship. And by saying that, Greg, it doesn't mean you absolve them from blame for getting to where they got. But Wiggy has been right. The bottom of the Red Sox, bottoming out spending-wise, is 15th to 11th in the sport. The football team was 31st over a decade. Now the Red Sox are back in the top 5. And I'm sorry, I know fans are pissed. I know Henry's not exactly warm and cuddly. But this means that the organization is back investing for a championship, and I don't know how you feel bad.
No, and it's what you demanded, and rightly so, and you got it, and they listened to you, and I don't know how, 2 days ago we were talking about this team with the addition of Buehler and Crochet. Most likely being a playoff team, and then you add the final piece, and you are more than that.
Right.
So
there's always going to be a few crab in the bucket fans that are trying to pull everybody down, but I think the overall Red Sox fan base is probably excited about this. There would have been the crabs in the buckets and the bitching and complaining if you would have went out and signed Juan Soto. Why would you pay him all that money? He's not worth this. He can't hit right, lefty pitching, whatever they would have said. So, but I think overall the fan base is probably happy that you made this move, and this move shows, and Curtis has said it before, this move has shown that we are now trying to get back in the mix, not only with this move, but then you traded for Garrett Crochet, you brought in Walker Buehler, you signed Aroldis Chapman. So you're starting to show like, all right, hey, we want to get back in the mix and we're willing to spend some money.
Yes.
And say what you want. Many people might not believe it, but you were a legitimate team in the Juan Soto when you were going after him.